What's happening, people? It's your boy Dave, Trill, here doing a yoga session. We'll have my good friend. Introduce yourself.
My name is Jasmine Williams.
Yes, and we will be doing a slow flow yoga session, and I might break this up. Y'all heard that. All right, but I'm gonna do a slow flow yoga session. She hasn't done any yoga in how long? Yeah, go ahead.
Since the last time we met, so that's probably been about a year. How long has it been?
For real?
Well, no, I went to your event.
She did come to the event that we had. Turn her up. Shout out to Destiny.
That was the last time.
That was the last time you did yoga? Goddamn shame. Had her fiance, now husband. Shout out to the black love out here.
Oh, Lord.
But had this man buy a mat and did yoga for the first time. That was his last time doing yoga, huh?
He was.
We finna get y'all back right.
We are.
Yes, indeed. But today we're here to get some slow flow and relief and some stress off, cause I'm a little okay, even though I got shit going. I'm just trying to let that shit go. She got stuff going on, but we're gonna be talking about her health journey after this. So, boom. Legs across, sit up tall. Hands can be to the knees or receptive position. Take some deep breaths through the nose, out the nose. Slow the thoughts down as much as possible. Slowly drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Keep the neck and shoulders relaxed. I'm going to do 3 rotations. Gently drop the chin to the chest. Rotate the head around slowly. Gently drop the weight of the head back. Right ear to the right shoulder. Do 2 more rotations. Be sure to be gentle with the neck and the head. Deep breaths through the nose, out the nose. On the 3rd, pause at the right shoulder. Keeping everything relaxed. Inhale. Exhale slowly, bring the head back up. Spine tall, chin at the horizon. Drop the left ear to the left shoulder, keeping everything relaxed. 3 rotations, gently drop the chin to the chest. Deep breaths. Pause at the left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale slowly back up. Make sure you're sitting up tall, deep breaths. Drop the chin to the chest. Curving the top of the spine. Deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale slowly, bring the chin back up. Drop the weight of the head all the way back. Point the chin to the ceiling as much as possible, sitting up tall. Deep breaths. right leg out to the side. And popping bones. Bring the heel into the groin, left sole into the right leg. Shoulders and hips square to the front. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, turn to the right. Drop the hands to the right foot. Drop the head to the knee. Pull the body in as much as possible. Deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, up with the arms. Turn back forward. Bring the left hand behind the back. Arms to the ribs. Fingers are wide. Thrust the hips up. Squeeze the glutes. Right arm over the head for a tripod. Make sure the shoulders are stacked. Inhale. Exhale, slowly drop the hips down. Stretch the left leg long, out to the side. Bring the right sole into the left leg. Heel into the groin. Good. So make sure you're sitting up tall. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, turn to the left. Drop the hands to the left leg. Drop the head down to the knee. Gradually pull the body in. Relax the leg, deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, slowly bring the arms up. Turn back forward. Right hand behind the back, fingers wide. Arm pressed into the ribs. Thrust the hips up. Breaths. Slowly bring the hips down. Stretch the legs out in front. Legs together, sit up tall. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Pull the body in. Drop the head down to the knees. Deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, drag the fingers of the legs, coming back up tall. Shoulders back and down. Right sole to the mat. Bring the heel into the groin as much as possible. Cross the right over the left. Right hand behind the back. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Gazing over the right shoulder. Flex the toes of the left foot up. Deep breaths. Just extra quiet. Inhale. Exhale, slowly back forward. Stretch the right out. Left sole to the mat, heel into the glute as much as possible. Cross the left over the right. Left hand behind the back. Right elbow to the outside of the left. Flex the right foot up. Inhale. Exhale, slowly back forward. Bring both soles to the mat. Swing the feet to the right. Come to a tabletop position. Bring the knees to the edge. Bring the big toes together. Push the hips all the way back to the heels. And stretch the arms out for child pose. After you get the arms extended out as much as possible, relax the neck, arm, and shoulders. back to the knees. Align the wrist underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, spine flat. Bring the hands a step forward. Inhale, bring the right knee into the stomach. Exhale, kick out. Inhale in, bring the leg onto the mat at an angle for pigeon. Slowly drop the torso down. Relax the neck, arm, and shoulders. Deep breaths. Exhale, push back up. Make sure the shoulders and hips are square to the front. Push the right knee back. Make sure the knees are underneath the hips. Again, bring the hands forward. Left knee into the stomach. Exhale out. Inhale in, leg onto the mat. Leg at an angle, heel into the groin, shoulders and hips square to the front. Slowly drop the torso down. And rest the head onto the forearms, onto the mat. Deep breaths. Tell the body to relax. Inhale. Exhale, push back up. Push the left knee back underneath. Swing the feet back to the right. Cross the legs. Sitting up tall as we started. So you're sitting up tall. Cross the right arm over the chest. Bring the left arm up, elbow to elbow. Pull the right arm in with the left. Deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release. Bring the right arm forward with the palm facing out or up. I'm going to break the wrist. Bring the left hand, bring the fingers to the fingers. Fingers to the fingers, yes. Pull the fingers, pull the right hand in. Stretching the forearms. I'm going to slowly lift the arm up. Helping to stretch the bicep just a little bit. Deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, slowly bring the arm down. Stretch the arms out to the side. Cross the right arm behind the head. Elbow facing up. Bring the left hand to the right elbow. Push the arm down. Sitting up as tall as possible. Stretching the right tricep. You feel it? Deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, bring the arms up to a Y. Bring the arms down. Cross the left arm over the chest. Right arm, elbow to elbow. Pull the left arm in. Deep breaths. Exhale, slowly release out. Bring the left arm forward. Left palm up, break the wrist. Bring the right fingers to the left fingers. Pull the fingers of the left hand in, stretching the forearm. Slowly lift the arm up. Deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, slowly bring the arms out wide. Cross the left arm behind the head. The elbow is up. Bring the right hand to the left elbow. Pull the left elbow down. Stretching the left tricep. Deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, arms out into a Y. Sitting up tall, big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center, shoulders back and down and relaxed. Regulate the breath through the nose, out the nose. Deep breaths. Quick, slow flow in. Good stretching of the legs. The arm stretch. Got the hips a little bit. Got the back on the twist. Start off with the neck. More so connected and worried about the breath. And slowing down and focusing. We're about to swap and switch it and turn from the smoke to the fire. And we have brought it to the fire. Dr. Trill segment of our session. So, like I said, I have Jasmine here. Jazz. Either way. I have Jasmine Williams in my phone. And I remember what the R. Whoo, you know what? Let me put respect on that black man. Let me put some respect on her last name. You took the Williams all the way off?
I haven't done any paperwork yet, but you know.
Are you going to?
I ain't.
Shout out my nigga Sterling, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the new Jones family out this motherfucker. Shout out to the black family and black love. Alright, but we have Miss Jasmine here. I'm going to let her introduce her. Well, yeah, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. I want you to tell them, obviously, who you are. We did that already. But why we're having this conversation and expand on it a little bit more. I want them to hear it from you. I'm gonna ask certain questions, but I want them to hear it from you. Cause I don't want to just say she's a this person, cause she might have something that sounds even better than what I can say. So.
Okay, so my name is Jasmine, and in 2017, I lost my father. He was killed in Montgomery, Alabama, and when I lost him, I also got into an accident at work, which caused me to have 2 different surgeries, one surgery on my shoulder and one on my back. And me being a worker bee, for 15 months I had to stay at home to heal, and I ended up gaining a total of 75 pounds, and my health just declined drastically in the morning period. I went through depression really bad, suicidal thoughts, and my grandfather kept telling me, hey, you need to calm down, you're gonna worry yourself sick. And that's exactly what I did, because when I did go back to work, I was diagnosed with lupus. The way I was diagnosed is a very strange story. I went to take my grandmother to get cataract surgery, and she went to an optometrist. And I thought that when somebody goes to the eye doctor and they tell you to cover one eye and you name the letters on the wall, that was just all it was to an eye test. I didn't know that an optometrist goes to a whole different level of testing.
Yeah, check the eye health and all that.
And when he did me, he told me, he was like, I need you to go to Baptist East and MRI done right now of your brain, and they wouldn't tell me what was going on, and that scared me so bad.
Would have scared me too. Shit.
I was like, dang, what the hell
Let me
you
know
see?
something.
Like, what you seeing? So I went and got the MRI done. It took them 2 days to tell me what was going on. The tech that did it, she was saying that I can't really tell you what's going on because I'm not the doctor. So they called me back into the office, and they told me that you have a brain tumor. So that happened. So they sent me to a neurologist. They sent me to the neurologist. The neurologist was like, we don't want to do surgery because it's too risky. So let's try to put you on medication to see if that will help. And he put me on medication, and I was getting very, very, very sick. And he kept saying that I want to do further testing, but it's kind of out of my specialty. So he sent me to a rheumatologist. The rheumatologist did blood work. They said nothing was wrong. They sent me back. He said, I'm telling you something is not right. He sent me back to a different rheumatologist. When they sent me to the second rheumatologist, they said that, oh, you have lupus. So that's when I found out about the lupus, and I also found out that I have a disease called anti-inflammatory syndrome. It's a blood disease. And my blood clots too easily. I think that's how you say it.
I got a question on that. An extra question. Go ahead.
So I have such hard time finding medications to work on one thing because it can trigger something wrong with the other category. So that's how everything started, and yeah, that's how everything started. That's how I found David, because I tried to go the holistic route. So when I did that, I was in so much pain. I also found out I had psoriatic arthritis. I think I'm pronouncing it right. And that's what made me start getting stretches and massages, because I got tired of pumping my body with all these chemicals. I had to shave my head. I started gaining more weight, even though I wasn't eating anything. And that's the beginning of everything.
Alright, cool. So, well, not cool, but yeah. And let me, before we even get into it, bro, it be pissing me off when people be going to the doctor, bro.
That's true.
And I understand that they practicing and they don't know, but like, let me know something. You like, that's alright. That's a whole nother story.
That's the way but that actually helped my blood test, because I was so fucking stressed. Oh, I'm sorry. I was so I was so stressed that it was sending me into a flare up, but I didn't know at the time that I was having flare ups with my lupus, that what made my test scores kept going up. My inflammation markers were going through the roof. Like, the more and more they was testing me, the more and more it was showing that, come on, I got lupus. Like, well, I don't see why y'all.
Yeah. Alright, so that's our breakdown. So now we're gonna break it down to 3 categories I always try to break stuff down to. The first one is gonna be probably the most, because you feel it more, and it's just what people usually do, the body. Body, mind, and soul. And I'm gonna ask certain things on where were you when things happen, where were you when you triumphed, and where are you now? Because she done slid a little bit. I would say more so on what, just like working out probably?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you been eating better?
Alright.
But that's okay, we ain't here to judge, we here to get it out so we can help. But alright, so with the body, like you already said, you didn't want to pump yourself up with the extra chemicals, but like, if you could explain the pain of what you were feeling.
Okay, so as far as the medication I was taking, they started to put me on for, I'm just gonna go by each specialty. So from my neurologist for the tumor, he put me on a diuretic and some seizure medication. The brain tumor was causing my body to produce too much spinal fluid, so I was having to go to the emergency room to get spinal taps, where they would drain the fluid down to a normal level. When they was doing that, I had, the first time that I went, I had 3 times the normal amount of spinal fluid, and I was in stroke level danger zone.
I remember you saying.
And the medicine that he was giving me for before that was causing, it was actually one of the medicine was a lady that I worked with, she had went through chemo, she had leukemia, and it was the exact same medication she was taking. So it was causing my hair to fall out, I would take a shower and it was just coming out. So I just went ahead and shaved my head because he saw how sick I was getting, my neurologist saw how sick I was getting, how hard it was on my body. He was saying that we should just go ahead and try surgery. I was still gaining weight, but I wasn't eating. Like I go 2 and 3 days till I'm about to pass out before I eat.
Yeah, that. So you like even drink water at that time? Well,
because they had me on some type of steroids too. That was, I guess that was what was making me gain weight and
messing with the hormones and everything like that. So that was probably taking your appetite away.
Yeah, cause I was throwing up all day every day, and it had got to the point where if I made myself eat, I was afraid to eat because I got tired of throwing up. But dry heaving, and when you got nothing but liquid on your stomach, bruh,
that's
that's an awful feeling. Oh my goodness.
Sure it is.
But so that's the physical aspect of that. Yeah, that's that.
Yeah. Wait, there's more.
So I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm supposed to take hydrochloric. That was the medicine when coronavirus first hit that Trump was going around saying was gonna cure coronavirus. I've never taken it a day in my life. Never.
Why?
From when I started doing my research on it, I was so scared of it. I was so scared of it. So I've never taken it. My rheumatologist, I mean.
What you tell him? Cause I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
All right, so in your research, what did you find? What did you see that you was like, hell no?
I mean, lupus causes organ damage.
Right.
So it makes your body attacks the healthy tissues and joints and stuff. Your immune system does, and it makes your body think that it's a foreign agent when it's actually you. So a lot of people in my lupus support group, a lot of the women, I don't understand why it's more so in black women. I've done so much research on it.
I've seen it too.
I don't understand why.
It's y'all first, and then black men, and then or Mexican women somewhere in there.
So
attacking the melanated people, we gonna figure that shit out too.
Figure it out.
Continue.
A lot of them die from kidney failure. And my biggest concern with the lupus medication was me losing my eyesight. I have to go see a retina specialist. An optometrist studies the front of the eye. The retina specialist studies the back of the eye. I have to go see both every 3 months. They monitor my eyes. And my vision, my sight has gotten horribly worse. And that's why I choose not to take the lupus medication.
Yeah.
And I've been able to monitor my flare-ups. I mean, stress and what I eat is probably my biggest triggers.
And where you work?
Yeah, and where I work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I work in a factory. Ain't gonna say no names, I ain't found an alternative yet.
For sure. Okay. So you just did the brain. What did you just break down? Well, I mean, you kind of doing everything.
Lupus.
Yeah. All right. So with the body, that's where the pain is. What have you done to help relieve the pain as much as possible, if possible? Because I know with the spinal fluid, that's why you was trying to do yoga more or something like that. Because I know that helps part of it. I'll just say that I'm gonna let you get into what happened last. Was that when you dropped when was that when you dropped it? What you say, 30?
Oh yeah, I lost 35 pounds.
Yeah.
So for pain management, a lot of physical therapy and
Why you say it like that?
because for every one part of CBD is paired with one part THC. And that's how I manage my pain. That's why I said it like that, because I was trying to see if I wanted to say it.
Yeah. Shout out to the plants that God made. Continue. The Lord What's cabbage? Burning bush.
I am a baby vegan because I slip a lot. I limit my meat intake. I try to stay as far away from dairy as possible. But I have my moments. And speaking on the fact that we said it affects a lot of black women, if you have any type of reproductive issues, any type, heavy periods, irregular periods, endometriosis, any type of ovarian cancer, anything dealing with your reproductive organs, please, there are so many herbs, so many vitamins, so many things that you can take for it, because for some reason they found a link, but they don't have enough studies on it, why more women have lupus than men. And it's a connection with our reproductive system. I'm still doing research on myself, so I don't want to give out the wrong information, but even the women in my support group tell you that they get a lot of their symptoms and a lot of their flare-ups 2 weeks before their cycle comes on. So
alright, so what herbs, cause you said herbs, what herbs can help with stuff like that? Since I am not, I don't know if y'all know this, but I am not a woman.
for anxiety, I take ashwagandha.
For the brain.
For I take slippery elm. That's good for your reproductive system, and that's good for helping with relaxation, the urge, the appetite for sex, lubrication, and for the men, horny goat weed. I think that's what it's called.
Horny goat weed.
Yeah. I also take. I do sea moss. I do
Irish sea moss.
He will post a picture or insert a picture of all the ones that I take, because there's a lot of them, and I have all the little bottles and trinkets. Because I'm trying to think of all the names. That's one of my biggest side effects that I struggle with, and it brings tears to my eyes, because my brain is like mashed potatoes sometimes. I've had to fill out paperwork and pull out my driver's license because I can't remember my name. Like,
damn.
So that's what made me really nervous about doing this video.
Yeah, nah, it's good. Because, I mean, it need to be known, because some people don't know, you know what I'm saying? And people need to know, like, they're not alone in certain stuff. If they don't know, oh, shit, I might want to try that, so I don't have to do this, you know what I'm saying? All right, so with that, congratulations when you dropped the 30. Because I remember you told me. What made you get to that point, though? 35, my bad. We got this shit all the way right.
My credit now, my credit.
What made you like get to that point where like, oh, okay, I'm finna go in? Cause I remember talking to you when everything started shutting down.
This nigga, this dude right here is what made me really do it, because when I had told him that the medication that I needed to get off of that was the worst, they said I needed to lose at least 30 pounds. And we was doing a session one day, and he was like, 30 pounds? That ain't nothing but a toddler. That ain't nothing but a toddler. You gonna let a toddler stand in between you and your life, bro? And when he said it just triggered something in me, and I just said, okay, I'm finna do this. So I stopped eating out. When Corona hit, I really stopped eating out, because I was like, I was mad that they gotta go to work, you know, to what they doing with my food,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and you had the time to be to yourself and give yourself, probably cook some.
Cook, meal prep. I have an amazing support system at home, so that's very important. Just having somebody.
Shout out to the black man.
It is, you know, because they're not shown in this light. But to have somebody that's there to hear your cries and, you know, to help you through a lot of stuff. That was, my relationship got stronger with God. I've slacked physically, but I've gained so much mentally.
That's good.
So,
I'm gonna get to the spiritual and the mental.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, but I'm gonna get it down. I think we're good on the body right now.
Okay.
So, alright. With the mental, I heard something, and I want to speak on it because randomly I be having weird thoughts on the weird shit too. Some fucking reason. Don't know why. When everything first happened, when you started learning everything, everything is accumulating, coming back to back because you're going to the doctor at these different times and you learning something new every time. I can see why you would want to not be here no more.
Yeah.
What? I can say like, what made you not do something? But I can kind of already know as to why. But I do want to know why you wouldn't go ahead and just. I mean, it's simple and it's sad and it's not nothing to throw to the side or joke about. Cause like you can go ahead and just knock yourself off. You know what I'm saying? And just be done with it all. You know what I'm saying? But you had the courage to not do that. Not to say that the people that do that don't have the courage, because everybody had their own battle, they had their own thoughts and feelings and perspectives. But like, what made you not do so? I wanted to get to the darkest one first, so we can get to the light. You know?
So honestly, I'm not better than anybody else or stronger than anybody else. I know it's a time span in between me finding out that I was the illnesses that I had and when everything first started. Like I said, I was on work for 15 months and going from working as much as I do, a minimum of 60 hours a week, to not working at all drove me crazy. I had no choice but to sit and be with myself and learn Jasmine. So,
which is good, which a lot of people need because that happened last year and some people did, a lot of people didn't, but you gotta do it. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Because I'm the type of person, I keep a lot of distractions around. I'm constantly moving, constantly going because I don't want to deal with things. And that forced me to sit still. Now with the whole suicide thing, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. My father was killed and the very next morning it was snowing. I'll never forget this. It was snowing. My boyfriend lived, at the time he was my boyfriend, lived on the 3rd floor at his apartment. He came and got me from the hospital and took me home, took me to his house. And when he fell asleep, he woke up to me on the balcony with no clothes on. And I was out there crying, and the only thing when he did get me to come in, the reason why I was sad was not because I wanted to end my life. I was sad because even though we was on the 3rd floor, it wasn't high enough to actually kill me. So that was the part that I know this is
No.
that would made, I mean, you know, that was the only time after that. After that, I didn't attempt to do anything. I've had thoughts and I've prayed and went to sleep and asked God that I did not wake up the next day, but I've never actually planned or went through with anything. The thing that gets me down the most now is the actual physical pain because I just want to be normal. You know, it takes me twice as long to do things as other people. I have been so fucking smart all my life, and to see me be on the same level mentally as somebody that's suffering with all times, it's just, it
Frustrating.
Yeah, it is very frustrating, very frustrating. So that was like my darkness.
Okay. Alright, so from the dark, get the journey on coming out into the light. I mean, I helped a little bit, but but aside of me, like, cause you already explained that, like, so we can get to the spiritual now because that'll show where you were mentally to do it. Because I always tell people, like, choose if you in heaven or hell.
Ooh.
You choose. So your mental is your literal in between the heaven and earth. So you can choose, all right, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be here. So like how, when you spiritually, what did you do? What did you start doing? Because you said you may slack physically, but like, how's your walk with God, the Creator, Allah, the universe? You gotta get all the names out, because I know how people are. But explain that.
My spiritual journey is one that's been a roller coaster all my life. I actually joined a cult a long time ago, and I've never told anybody that. I got wrapped up in it because I was searching for something and I wanted something, and these people saying everything that I thought was right. You know, toss it up being young, but I can honestly say the older you get, the more what old people say makes sense. Things that you heard your grandmother or your mom say when you was younger, that shit started. You gonna always find your way back home, no matter how far you go. Your foundation is your foundation, and when I couldn't count on anybody else, when I felt lost, I felt like I didn't have my family. Anxiety and depression started creeping in, and my husband is not a talker. He's not a talker, and he's not an emotional person.
Certified real nigga. But
He's very supportive, but he's one of them type of people like, baby, tell me what you need.
yeah.
And
that's something I'm gonna speak on too one day. Continue.
And so I really had to climb out that hole on my own. And anxiety kept making me feel like if you don't get your shit together, this nigga gonna leave you. So I felt like I was racing against the clock. And
Good or bad? Because that could be looked at as good or bad. Even though the thought might have been bad, that could have been pushing you to like do a little better for yourself, possibly.
I let myself go a lot. Like I stopped taking care of myself, I gained all that weight. I mean, if it didn't have elastic in the waist, I ain't put it on. I didn't put it on. I mean, like, that's real.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Okay.
all I can really, I can't really say how God pulled me out. I don't.
What were you doing? Were you reading something? Were you
Now.
talking? All right, so speak on now. Like,
Okay, so
what are
since
you-
I stopped working out,
But she's going to get back to
I
it.
am starting this week.
Shout out to Calvin.
Oh yeah, Calvin good.
Yes.
Since I stopped working out, I've done more reading than I've done my whole entire life, even throughout school. I do a lot of research because it's too much out there for us to be ignorant nowadays.
Facts.
We had excuses back in the day, but now it's like, come on, y'all.
Facts.
Anything you want, you can find your way to it, and
Google.
the world is getting so alternative.
Yeah.
Like,
It has to.
because people are
We don't-
tired, everybody's sick,
we don't-
everybody got something wrong with them.
We don't trust them. Them and they. Because we worried about we and us. We ain't worried about them and they.
And David actually witnessed it one day when we was having a session. I got a call from my neurologist. Do you remember that? And we was arguing on the phone, and he was telling me I wasn't being compliant to the program. You don't remember that? We was
That's
in my
what the
living room.
neurologist said to you?
Yeah, I had him on speakerphone. We was arguing.
Possibly.
Anyways,
You know how many?
we was literally arguing on the phone. He has a real thick accent. He's Middle Eastern. I'm not really sure where, but we were yelling very unprofessionally, going back and forth, back and forth, because when it comes to a neurologist, that's the only doctor where I say that you have to be careful. Any other doctor, I would say stand your ground. But when it comes to anybody that's dealing with,
Your nervous system.
well, they also deal on the psychiatric level too. Your brain is split up into two different.
Hemispheres.
So they can actually deem you mentally unfit. They can actually sign paperwork and have you hospitalized.
Had that bullshit. Cause
Yeah.
they try to get my pops with some shit because he's military, and they try to get because he don't I always tell him and my mom that I was like, I don't know how y'all both did 20 plus years and talk to people with higher ranks than y'all, than how y'all do, and y'all black, and ain't nothing happen. But he said he's almost got, they tried to call him that before because he just ain't going. Like, imagine me, but 60 with no hair.
No.
Well, it's small. He got a boss, but I be trying to put him on to stuff to get, but he a little country nigga. He don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Shout to Pop.
any other doctor, I would definitely say, if you're uncomfortable with something, you are paying them. They are doing you a service. You don't have to just go along with what they say.
Yeah.
I have so many doctors telling me that the herbs and the vitamins I take are not going to work. I'm wasting my time. You know, that was the whole
medicines come
foundation
from
of
plants,
medicine.
People don't know. I had to tell somebody this. They was it you? I said, I was talking to somebody, I was like, man, I'm trying to figure out all the different little medicines that people take, like what plant it come from. And it was like, what? It's like, all this shit come from plants. It do though.
It do. Yes, it do.
Yeah. Alright, so as you are you doing, so right now you are not taking anything.
The only thing I take is the turmeric.
Alright,
The diuretic.
Alright, so she's only doing the one thing for the tumor. So nothing else. Word on bettering the diet and working out as she's supposed to. So for right now, tell how you're feeling, whether good or bad. But on top of how you feel physically, whether good or bad, where are you at spiritually?
Ooh, I have a level of peace that surpasses all understanding.
Beautiful.
I do. I really do. Mentally, I'm in a very, very, very great state. The last month or so, I've been in and out of the hospital because I even stopped the tumor medication, so I hadn't been taking anything. I was trying to reset my body in a way to prepare myself to get back to the holistic lifestyle I was doing, and because both of our birthdays, my birthday is on Valentine's Day, both of our birthdays are in February, and then we turned around and got married in April on Good Friday, so it was a lot of bad eating that was going on.
It was turning up.
And
Probably like drinking.
it was a lot of...
Alright. In your piece, so that helps you help block and manage the pain, physical pain.
It helped me keep going, getting up everywhere. I'm above ground, so that's why I couldn't see what I can see.
Good. Alright, so about to wind down. You said this is the most that you've read since ever. What have you been reading? Besides stuff you researching about the body, unless that's more so of what you read.
That's a lot of it, but I've been trying to read as much black literature as possible. Right now I'm on James Baldwin, Go Tell on the Mountain, and then I'm stopping in between that and Art of War. I'm reading that too.
Sun Tzu? Oh, that's a dope ass book. You know, bro, I got a list of books. When I drop seed, when I drop seed, whoever you are, because I know you're gonna watch this, in the womb, I will be playing certain music and audiobooks and special hertz to our child. Yes. Shout out to you, whoever you are. Your fine ass. Continue. For real, people be laughing at me when I say that, but I'm so for real. Like my son is going to randomly know Tupac lyrics, but he's also going to randomly know who Neville Goddard is too. So hey,
Whoever you are, please hurry up and find him. Cause I'm sorry to be this dope ass boy. I am, for real. So.
but James Baldwin, what else? follow up, not no time soon, because we gotta get some shit together. We gotta get the shit together.
I do. I started at 235. I'm down to a little under 200. And next time we do this video, I'll be down to 180, 175. So then I'll have like way more
Yeah.
to show you guys.
For sure. Alright, well, again, this is Dr. Trill. This is not Trill this time, this is Dr. Trill. Sit down. We don't know nothing about Dr. Phil because I'm not interviewing teenagers like that. But, yeah, man, I appreciate you. We're gonna be definitely doing more talks like this with mental, physical, and spiritual breakdown of what people got going on and how we can help you help yourself. Peace.